Do you really believe that Teofimo Lopez is trash?
No, not at all. Not at all. Teofimo is a good fighter. You know, he's very talented. He's very athletic. You know, he's always rose to the occasion in these big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole nother level. And this Saturday, he's going to prove it.
I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him. That I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be
the fight between Stevenson and Lopez.
Great fight.
What fight? Who wins up? Lopez. I know Stevenson. You know Stevenson. Because a lot of people are going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is.
Boxing pros are sharing their final predictions for Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, calling it a highly intriguing and competitive matchup. Experts believe Stevenson's sharp defense and speed will be tested against Lopez's power and relentless aggression.
I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be.
Many anticipate a tactical battle that could go the distance while delivering an exciting spectacle for fans.
It's a fight that people go, because you got two different styles. You got an offensive, defensive.
Yeah.
In Lopez, and you got a defensive.
Yeah.
In Shakur.
Well, yeah.
So it's going to see who's going to win. Is there any way of beating? Because at the moment, Shakur doesn't beat him up. No one's really giving him that hard day. We've not really seen him in the deep end. But it's going to be a good fight to see that can Lopez put him in that deep end. And I think he can. And I think he has the power and the technique to even.
Former world champion Amir Khan has picked Teofimo Lopez to win, saying Lopez has the skills and confidence to outbox Shakur Stevenson. Khan believes Lopez's speed, sharp combinations, and ring IQ could pose significant challenges for Stevenson.
I know Stevenson. You know Stevenson. There's a lot of people are going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that toughness is there with Shakur, and if it is there, which I believe it is, because I think it's a fantastic fight. It's one of them that we're all going to have an opinion on who's going to win, but none of us really know, because it's one of the best fights in
the
boxing.
The best, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
You think about it, look at Lopez. He's fought like some Lomachenko. He beat some great names on the way, man. Yeah. And I look good against them as well. Maybe his last fight wasn't the best. He made it a little bit tough, harder than it looked, but he's always performed at the highest level.
Recently retired pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford has picked Shakur Stevenson to win the big fight, stating that Stevenson is on a whole other level compared to most of the opponents Teofimo Lopez has faced recently, and he expects him to outclass Lopez on fight night.
This will look aesthetically. Obviously, in the last fight, Shakur stood his ground a little bit more against William Cepeda. You don't expect him to do that against Teo, do you?
To be honest, I think he's going to do a little bit of everything. I think we're going to see the best Shakur Stevenson come Saturday, and I just feel like, it's going to be too much.
But Teofimo's done well against southpaws. Josh Saylor, Lomachenko, we got these southpaw here. You're a southpaw as well. Do you think Teofimo just has something that other fighters don't have against left-handers, or just think that Shakur's different level of a sniper of a southpaw?
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws, but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting. You know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite.
He also advised Stevenson to just be himself ahead of the big fight. Terence Crawford said that Shakur is on another level and encouraged him to approach the bout like any other day in the office, reminding him there's no need to overthink things because he already knows what he's capable of.
Highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus, and you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's...
Even though Shakur Stevenson enters as a heavy favorite, legendary trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas believes Teofimo Lopez can beat him, but only if he is mentally locked in and ready for war. Atlas notes that Lopez's mindset has been inconsistent in past fights, but if he brings full focus and confidence, he has the skills and tools to challenge Stevenson and potentially pull off a major upset.
It starts for me with Teofimo, where it starts is, where is he mentally? He's up and down. You know, his father, the whole thing, his father's been with him the whole career. Listen, love him, hate him. His father has been part of getting him to these world titles. He's been part of it. Whatever. He has been up and down mentally. Where's he going to be? If he's right, if he's stable, if he's in a good place. He seemed to be in a very good place when he fought Lomachenko. If he's in a good place, I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with that.
Teddy Atlas claims that Teofimo Lopez is the only fighter capable of forcing Shakur Stevenson out of his comfort zone. He believes Lopez's athleticism and relentless pressure could disrupt Stevenson's usual range control, making this matchup truly competitive.
Ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him and could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do. That he's not.
Legendary former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs predicts that the Teofimo Lopez vs Shakur Stevenson fight could end in a draw, with each fighter taking roughly 6 rounds. Briggs views it as a tight, technical battle where both possess skill but lack overwhelming knockout power.
And what does Shakur have to do to win? What does Teo have to do to win?
It's going to be a real technical fight. I think both of them, not tremendous punches. So I'm looking at 6-6, 6 rounds each, you know what I'm saying? Or a close decision. It's a pick 'em. They both got skills.
What are the rounds that Teofimo wins? What do those rounds look like? Like with his style against Shakur, how does he win the rounds against Shakur?
Staying busy and Shakur, keeping Shakur defensive. If Shakur shows up and he don't let his hands go, then Teo get an advantage. But if Shakur start fast and they both go round for round, that's why I'm saying it's a 6-6, because I think they're going to go round for round.
And you think,
great fight.
So for Shakur, he needs to kind of pick his spots, box. Is that kind of how you see Shakur winning rounds?
I think Shakur got to be busy, and the busiest man gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a back and forth. Counter man, he gonna counter. So who could keep countering and who gonna get tired first?
This is a big one. I mean, this is like one of those where you don't know, right? Like the styles are gonna play out how they do.
It's a pick 'em. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna go back and forth until one of them say, "Yo, I gotta take it to over the."
British welterweight Conor Benn, known for his aggressive style and big ambitions, says he's rooting for Teofimo Lopez to defeat Shakur Stevenson. He believes Lopez's skill, versatility, and proven track record make him a dangerous and exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah, it was good. Who are you favoring on Saturday night? I hope Teo does it, but I think Shakur will win. But I hope Teo does it, and I think Teo can. If anyone can do it, it'd be Teo.
Why would it be Teo?
Because he's explosive, he's unorthodox, he's tricky, and he's a savage.
What do you think about Shakur talking about Teofimo's dad, that he was on drugs and that he was drunk? What do you think about all that?
He was just having a good time. Let the man live. let him live, bro.
In contrast, veteran boxer and analyst Gabriel Rosado is backing Shakur Stevenson to prevail over Teofimo Lopez in their high-stakes showdown. Rosado explained that while both fighters are highly skilled and capable of winning, he believes Stevenson's technical edge and superior ring IQ give him the advantage, provided he can shake Lopez's confidence early and control the pace. Rosado acknowledged that Lopez is dangerous and unpredictable. If he gets comfortable, the fight could become very close or even end in a draw. However, Rosado leans towards Stevenson winning on points through smart boxing and precision. He emphasized that this isn't a one-sided matchup, both fighters possess elite skills, but if Stevenson executes his game plan and keeps Lopez guessing, he should emerge victorious.
Shakur in this one. You know what I mean? I think Teal is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. But Teal to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez does as well.
It comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him in the ass against Shakur. Right. Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's going to make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup, but I just favor.
Now, how Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy. Really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. Like if you need to throw the if you need to throw the ball away, throw it away. Waste that down, right? But don't.
Former world champion Amir Khan has come to Shakur Stevenson's defense amid criticism of his style and public perception while previewing the Teofimo Lopez fight. Khan acknowledges that some fans and analysts question Stevenson's approach, particularly his emphasis on distance control and defense, but urges critics to respect his skill set rather than dismiss it. He believes that Stevenson's technical mastery and high boxing IQ are genuine strengths, even if they don't always produce a fan-friendly brawl. Khan reminds everyone that elite boxing is as much about precision and ring craft as it is about landing big punches.
Shakur, he's going to have to perform. He knows that this is the mega fight that because I think Shakur seems a little bit more relaxed and calm. Like he's going to win this fight. It's going to be a walk in the park for him. But I know one thing about Lopez is that he always pulls off a...
You know what the great thing about this conversation is that we're just having now? One of us is going to be right, and that's like,
Not going to put no bets on it. One of us is going to get...
What do you think about the criticism that Shakur gets? Like people say that he's boring, he's not entertaining.
He's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward class fighter. Wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. It's all about...
Mayweather had a slight, aura of that wrap around him as well. Like, not them for the boxing purists, like the boxing purists, the hardcore boxing fan, will look at it and appreciate these little movements and the genius stuff that they do in the ring.
Checking it,
maybe the sort of like more casual fan would look at and not appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm saying you've got to be a boxing. Yeah, you've got to be a hardcore boxing fan.
I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because he was so punch perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left. And I trained with him as well, with Virgil. And I used to watch how he trained and how he fought. And I thought, how he puts his hands there and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands there and catches you over the top. And them little things. Yeah. I look boring, but to a boxing fan and a ex-boxer or a boxer, you just go, wow, be like, wow.
After retaining his IBF lightweight title with a hard-fought majority decision over Cuban Olympic gold medalist Andy Cruz, Raymond Muratalla made it clear that he's aiming even higher in his career. Muratalla stated that he wants to face the winner of the Teofimo Lopez vs Shakur Stevenson clash, signaling his readiness to step up and challenge one of boxing's elite fighters once that massive showdown concludes. His comments highlight his ambition to move beyond title defenses and pursue the most meaningful, high-profile bouts available.
We're hearing Eddie's told us that it sounds like you're moving up to 140. Is that true? And is there anybody you want in that division?
I would like the winner of Teo and Shakur next week. I'd love the winner of that.
If Shakur is going to drop back down to 35, can you make that fight happen at 35? Or does it have to happen at 40?
We'll make that happen too. Whoever wins, whatever weight they want to fight at, I'm there.
Would you be willing to go to New York City to watch that fight and call out either one next week?
I'm calling them out now. I gotta go out there, I'm telling you right now.
What is that? Obviously you just got done winning this fight, but what do you think that fight would look like in the ring? You and Shakur, if he's the one who wins, and I guess Teofimo too, if he's the one that wins.
Yeah, I mean, both those fights are great fights. I think boxing would love that. And that's that. I think it'll be a tremendous fight.
Teddy Atlas believes that Shakur Stevenson finally answered his critics with his performance against Williams Ida, showing greater offensive engagement while still showcasing his elite boxing skills. Atlas noted that prior to that fight, many fans and pundits admired Stevenson's technical brilliance but criticized him for being overly defensive and not creating enough exciting exchanges. In the Ida fight, Stevenson balanced offense and defense more effectively, stepping in, landing meaningful punches, and standing his ground rather than constantly moving away, which addressed many of the concerns about his style. Atlas explained that this mix of skillful boxing and a willingness to engage pleased critics seeking a more compelling performance, helping to shift perceptions about Stevenson's approach. That stronger showing is a key reason why many experts now view Stevenson as a more complete and convincing fighter heading into his high-stakes bout with Teofimo Lopez.
Finally did what people wanted, this young, talented, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range, Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied the critics, and he mixed offense with the defense. He sat down, and instead of moving all the time and punching on the move or on the draw back or traps, you come in 5 inches, he goes back 7, and he counters the crap out of you. He stood his ground. And he punched. And he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur. And they got it. Now he's a big favorite, or a good favorite. You know the line's better than me. But he's a good favorite.
3-1, over 3-1 favorite, Shakur.
He's a big.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez bring distinctly contrasting styles to the ring, making their matchup particularly intriguing and unpredictable.
Important fight in the sport of boxing. And what I mean is the best versus the best in their prime, something that needs to be normalized throughout the sport. Now, the matchup itself is a bit tricky. You have two guys with great boxing IQ, one super defensively responsible in Shakur Stevenson. The other, Teofimo, is also super defensively responsible, but they fight in very different ways. Teo's more loose, relaxed, a bit unorthodox. Shakur uses his eyes and his defense to offense very well, and both guys are able to control a fight. But I think there's a key difference here between what can happen and what will in my...
Shakur Stevenson is renowned for his elite technical skill, exceptional distance management, and masterful defense. He relies on precise footwork, constant movement, clever feints, and accurate counters to avoid damage while scoring consistently, often controlling the pace without relying on raw power. His style is methodical and chess-like, favoring outside fencing over wild, head-to-head exchanges.
Against him, fundamentally, he is almost flawless in terms of what he does with his eyes, how it relates to how he defends, how he controls you with the jab, and then how he does counter you, even if it is mostly point countering. Like, his knockout power isn't the best. We know this. We know he's had trouble with his hands, but he's moving up to 140 pounds. Maybe that size and, him putting on a bit more muscle or a bit more strength could potentially have an effect here at 140. I don't know that it will. I'm just saying it may. It's so hard to break that defense.
By contrast, Teofimo Lopez fights with explosive bursts, creativity, and athletic aggression, leaning heavily on power punches, particularly his devastating right hand, and sudden combination attacks to disrupt his opponent's rhythm. He excels when he can close the distance and force tight exchanges, seamlessly shifting between relentless pressure and sharp counters. While Lopez's output may be less consistent than Stevenson's, his moments of high-impact offense can prove decisive in the fight.
Explosive fighter. I don't want to say explosive puncher, but explosive fighter, fast twitch fighter at 140 pounds right now than Teofimo Lopez. That guy, this dude he has such a quick twitch ability, and being able to pair that with cardiovascular endurance is something you don't see a lot, but he is very, very tricky, very sneaky. You even see it there, some of the stuff where he's just slick, hands are down, but he's moving his head, bang, into the uppercut, move his head, bang, back into the left hook. Teo is make you miss, make you pay, where Shakur will make you miss and sometimes make you pay, but the power, the speed, the reactivity of it, none of it is the same level of velocity as
Teofimo Lopez's father, Teofimo Lopez Sr., has been vocal in the build-up to his son's clash with Shakur Stevenson, repeatedly claiming that Shakur hasn't truly faced elite competition during his professional career. According to Lopez Sr., Stevenson's resume lacks major names with real championship pedigree, and he's used that argument to dismiss any talk of this being a 50-50th fight, saying that calling it even is simply wrong. In his view, Shakur has yet to prove himself against top-tier opposition. Lopez Sr. points to his son's wins over respected fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Josh Taylor as proof that Teofimo is the more tested and legitimate contender, arguing that Stevenson's past opponents don't measure up. This has been a key part of the Lopez camp's strategy, framing the matchup as an opportunity for Teofimo to show he is the more battle-hardened and accomplished fighter.
Worst thing in this fight is a 50-50 fight. This is the worst. But it's not a 40-60 fight. Man, what the hell are they talking about? Who has Shakur fought? Name me one guy. Come on.
Well, all you can really say, Oscar Valdez.
Oscar Valdez?
And obviously...
Didn't he get knocked the fuck out by Shelton or something? Bad. Come on.
Tio's got a way better.
You don't have, listen, let me tell you something about boxing. Once you get knocked out or get knocked down like Devin Haney did, like Oscar Valdez did, the confidence levels never come.
At the official weigh-in, Shakur Stevenson appeared to play subtle mind games with Teofimo Lopez Sr., poking fun at earlier comments and hinting that Lopez's camp was already feeling the pressure. Stevenson confidently stated that he will defeat Teofimo Lopez on fight night, insisting he is the superior boxer and fully ready to prove it on the global stage. He made it clear that he chose Lopez because he wanted the toughest challenge, not an easy path, and emphasized that beating a fighter like Teo would cement his legacy at 140 pounds.
It's now good.
Y'all got one more day. Y'all got one more day. Oh, bro. Hey, it's dirty. Y'all people are dying to kill my ass.
Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. It looked like we got to you. It looked like we got to you, nigga. Okay?
You better give it to me. Miss weight. Ever. We have never ever missed weight.
You lost, though.
Yeah, I lost my ass. I lost my ass. Never lost. I wish all of y'all would have gone with my son when I was feeling that day.
Yo, you and your son is one of a kind.
So that means that when your son lost, when your son loses, he lost
and he the acrobat.
Will Shakur Stevenson's sharp, technical boxing and elite range control prove too much for Teofimo Lopez's raw power and non-stop aggression, or will Lopez shock the world by pulling off a massive upset? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.